Welcome back. Now back to our national lead, a little bit more of our exclusive interview with President Obama. Now, I got a chance to ask the president some questions about serious issues, his policies, the feasibility of the goals he still wants to accomplish, things he didn't want to talk about. We did, of course, also get a chance to talk a little bit more informally during what's called a walk-in talk. And this is when we talked about his home life, his thoughts on the new pope, of course, the Super Bowl. I still had one gotcha question left in my pocket. Keep an eye out for that one. So the First Lady just gave an interview. She said that your daughter's not so concerned with whether or not you had a bad 2013, more concerned about, okay, Dad, that's great, where's my allowance?
You know, when we sit down at the dinner table, have some awareness of what's going on, and we have great conversations, although mostly it's more about history than it is about what's going on right now. But it's true. Look, they're teenagers. They are fully absorbed with their lives, what's going on at school.
They're not into your approval ratings?
They really are not. So,
are you bringing them to when you go to the Vatican, when you meet the Pope? Are they going to come?
You know, they met the previous Pope the last time we went to Rome. I'm not sure they're going to have a chance to go this time. But it was wonderful. Great story was, you know, Sasha was still pretty young at the time. This was my first year of office. And you know, they see the Sistine Chapel, and they're going through these various chambers, and each time, you know, she'd see somebody dressed up in the cloth, and she'd say, "Is that the Pope? Is that the Pope? How about that guy over there?" They said, "No, you'll know when it is finally the Pope."
So I was thinking about this Pope, and I was thinking about there's so much excitement. People think he's going to change everything. You're going to meet him. You want to talk to him about the importance of managing expectations at all? Is that something he needs to think about?
Well, you know, I have been really impressed so far with the way he's communicated what I think is the essence of the Christian faith, and that is a true sense of brotherhood and sisterhood and regard for those who are less fortunate. And my suspicion is, based on what I've seen of him so far, is he's a pretty steady guy. I don't think he needs any advice from me about staying humble.
He's not looking at his approval rating.
I don't think he is. I think he is somebody who's very much reflecting on his faith and what he needs to do to make sure that folks, not just of the Catholic faith, but people all around the world are living out a message that he thinks is consistent with the lessons of Jesus Christ. And so I've really been impressed with him. That's a meeting I'm looking forward to.
So big game this Sunday.
Yes.
The Super Bowl. I wondered what you made of the Richard Sherman kerfuffle, his sideline rant, the pushback to the pushback, his argument that people calling him a thug are just using a more polite version of the N-word. What do you think of the whole thing?
Well, first of all, I think he's a great cornerback who made a great play.
Yeah, no question.
And won the game for the Seahawks, so you got to give him credit for that. He is obviously a very smart guy. A wonderful story, the fact that he came up from Compton, went to Stanford, has helped other people graduate and go to college from his old school. And my sense is he's taken a page out of Muhammad Ali's playbook. I think he said that explicitly, which is, this is a good way to get attention. In fact, you know, Ali said he got his shtick from wrestlers he used to watch.
So it's just that tradition?
And I think it's part of that tradition of, you know, let me get some attention. And obviously it's worked. I suspect that he's going to have a lot more endorsement contracts. And I think he's more jersey sales after that. But it's going to be a great game. You've got you know, Peyton Manning, who maybe has had the greatest season that any quarterback's ever had. And to watch him go against a team that is known for their defense and particularly their passing defense, I think means there's going to be some excitement there.
I'm going to give you a choice. You just have to pick one.
Yeah.
I'll give you two. Hillary versus Biden, or Broncos versus Seahawks. But you have to tell me, you have to pick one and give me the winner.
Well, I think that Broncos, Seahawks...
They're going to go with that one. Okay.
Surprisingly enough. I think it's going to be a lot like the Seahawks 49ers game. I think it's going to come down to the last play. And In the end of the day, I'm not going to pick it because I don't want to offend any of the great cities who are participating.
So you'll go with the Hillary Biden one then? No? You're going to opt out of both?
I'm too smart for that, Jake. Come on, man. I love the state of Washington, and I love the state of Colorado.
You're not running for anything anymore. You won them both. Coming up on The Lead, if you've watched an NFL game recently, you might have noticed the huge number of female fans in the crowd. So does that mean Super Bowl ads this weekend will be different from the past? I'm talking to you, GoDaddy. Plus, convicted again of murder, she says she'll never return to Italy willingly. But will Amanda Knox be forced to go back and face her sentence?